in other places. And so that struggle, so we started, we've had some conversations with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, which really work with our hotel and hospitality industry here in Columbia. And what is it that we need to start doing? Are there some things that we can start doing to help bolster that up to where our industries and our companies are getting those applications in?
Okay. And Dr. Choi, this question is for you. Can you really describe the kind of role that MIZZOU will have in the rollout of phase 2 and 3 of the vaccines?
Well, if anyone had a chance to visit our vaccine facility at Faroe Field, they'll come away very impressed. And as a leader at this university, I'm so proud of the hard work of Rick Barron, Jonathan, Kurt Wright, and Steve Zweig, and the entire team to ensure that the vaccines are delivered to patients in our region in a timely manner. And the capacity that we have just in Faroe Field is about 5,500 vaccines that we can deliver on a daily basis. And we typically get about 8,000 delivered to us in every 2-week period. So we could just operate a day and a half and complete that process. So that's the reason that our clinics are open. That clinic is open just 2 days a week. And as long as we're able to get more vaccines, we can put the vaccines into people that want it to get to a place where we can have herd immunity and get back to life as much as normal as possible. And that's our hope.
Yeah, absolutely. And are there any special clinics, especially for students, to get vaccinated? Because they're going to be eligible here soon, very soon.
And we will be using the same facility. And if we had the vaccines, we would be able to vaccinate all of our students in a 4-day period.
Wow.
I mean, that is incredible. Typically, when a person shows up at the entrance of the clinic, by the time they get their vaccine and they sit down for the 15-minute rest, it takes less than 15 minutes and sometimes less than 10. So it's a very well-run operation.
Sure. And Dr. Choi, do you hope to get any sort of certain percentage of all campus vaccinated by the start of the fall semester?
I would like to have 100%, but as you know, there are some individuals that, because of their health condition or because of their personal preference, may decide to wait until they find out a little bit more about the vaccine. But many of us are relying on the scientific data and the input from the public health officials, and we are getting it at the rate that we expect. And already about 25,000 people have been vaccinated using MU Healthcare. And in this community, Truman VA as well as Boone Hospital are doing a great job as well. So it's coming together, these healthcare organizations coming together to meet the needs of healthcare in this region.
Yeah, we love to see it. All right. Dr. Choi, don't go anywhere. Matt McCormick, don't go anywhere. Our live conversation continues in a few moments. Coming up. Welcome back to ABC 17 News at 6:30. We are continuing our live conversation tonight about the COVID-19 pandemic. Our guests include University of Missouri President and Chancellor Dr. Moon Choi and Columbia Chamber of Commerce President Matt McCormick. Thank you both again for sticking around and not going anywhere. And Dr. Choi, we're going to go ahead and start with you. There was some news this week that staff is going to go back in person on May 17th. Why did you feel like right now was a good time to make that decision?
Well, many of our staff members, as well as faculty and administrators, have been coming to work, and we want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our students who want that in-person experience, and also for faculty and students who do research to be able to do that in person. So a great majority of them are already coming to work, and with the vaccine rollout that's going to be available for university employees, we felt that it would be the right time for us to welcome back those who had to work, even though they wanted to work in person, they had to work remotely. Right. But we're also going to be very mindful of those individuals who require remote work because of underlying health conditions or other special circumstances. So there are exceptions being made, but we want to welcome them back to the campus because we have some very important work to do at the university.
Absolutely. And Matt McCormick, MU says they're going to go back. Have other businesses started to kind of do the same thing? They're starting to bring more people back into their workplace?
Yeah, absolutely. We're starting to hear, you know, we had those businesses, of course, that were open all the way through, and then those that over the last number of months have brought some back. And then what we're also hearing from are some businesses that might not have brought their employees back yet are starting that process, you know, as the vaccinations continue to roll out and their employees are feeling more and more comfortable about coming back together. They're putting together rollout plans to start bringing them back. Sometimes, you know, maybe all at once or sometimes small groups and then wait a bit and then bring in some more groups and then so forth to kind of stair step and stagger that in.
Okay. Now, as far as your perspective on this, has the rate of vaccinations in Boone County going quickly enough from your perspective and the businesses that you represent as well?
Yeah, you know, I would say they've done a great job. I'm not a healthcare professional by any means, but seeing what the university has done and Boone Hospital and the VA and the health department and all the programs to get those vaccines out and how they've rolled out with the great news that hopefully it'll be wide open come here at the first part of April, early April. That's good news for all of our businesses. People, I mean, you've been able to see it since the vaccines have been rolling out that you know, more and more groups downtown on the weekend. You're seeing people out. The restaurants are being more full. The stores, you know, and so this is great stuff. So, you know, we just got to continue down that road and continue moving that forward. And the great work that the university health system, the university, and like I said, Boone Hospital and VA has done has been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Choi, let's talk about graduation. May is literally right around the corner. And I know the university says they plan to do in-person graduation. So how are you going to make sure this is all done safely?
Well, we're going to hold the commencement activities beginning in April for the 2020 graduates.
Okay.
We had to have a special ceremony for them because it was promised to them because of the hardships that they faced. And then for the 2021 graduates, we'll do it over the 2 first weekends in May. And it'll be held at both Hearns and MIZZOU Arena. And we're going to have at most in each of the ceremonies 300 graduates and 1,800 of their closest family and friends. So each graduate will be provided with a pod of 6 seats in which they can be socially distanced from other pods from other family members. And so in some colleges like arts and sciences, the dean will be giving her remarks 4 separate times, but it is that important for our students, and we wanted to do everything that we can to make it as special as possible.
Yep, absolutely. And Matt, this question is kind of a follow-up to that. What kind of impact is this going to have? We know that a lot of people will come into town for that. They're going to, you know, eat at our restaurants and stay at the hotels. So what impact will that have?
You know, it's great, and it's been fantastic to listen to our businesses. I don't know if many people realize how excited our business community is about having graduation back in person. I got to brag for a second on the university. Not only are they doing theirs, they're also helping and reached out to some of our other higher education institutions and helping host them so they can do their graduation, like Columbia College. They can do that in person, and you don't see that every day. Competing higher education institutions helping each other out like that. It's really great, and a big kudos to the university. But you know, what we've heard from our businesses is they're so excited to see the students come back, to have graduation, to have the parents and the moms and the dads and the brothers and the sisters and the aunts and the uncles and the grandparents being able to come in. And it's a big boost for especially our downtown area, especially our hospitality and our hotels, our mall and our restaurants and our bars. So you know, it is, I can't express how excited all of our businesses are about that, and ourselves too. I mean, whenever we got that news there at the chamber, we were thrilled, everybody up there. And so it's good news, and it's going to help out. It's going to help out the vibe, the heartbeat. The students are part of the heartbeat of what makes Columbia and what makes it so great to be in. And so be able to see that and have that and experience that, I think it's going to go a long ways to help out a lot of people.
Absolutely. And it's been a hard year, and it's awesome to see everyone come together and try to make it work for everybody. I want to thank you both so much for joining us tonight and giving us your insight on this. Matt McCormick with the Columbia Chamber of Commerce and Dr. Moon Choi with the University of Missouri. Thank you both again.